Right off the bat, huge quality improvement. The animation is much more consistent with the fluidity of it all, and the characters are staying on model a lot better already. There was a lot of squishing and morphing and slight changing happening in the pilot. I assumed it wouldn't be a thing that lasted throughout the whole show, but I'm surprised to see it get fixed up right away. That's nice. It's kinda neat seeing someone pre- and post-hellifying. We haven't seen anything like that yet in Has-Been, and this sort of premise for the show makes sense it would be more common here.
Moxie, stop shaking! You're gonna shoot our only hail ham.
And suddenly, Millie is Southern? She definitely wasn't in the pilot, right?
People love musicals, sir.
Like, I guess every now and then she kinda dipped into the faintest little Southern drawl, but it's much more prominent here. Also, now her and Moxie's skin tones are noticeably different shades of red. That helps to make them look a lot less like first cousins. Also, the setting and background has way more detail. In the pilot, it was so bare bones and empty, and also didn't even match the perspective sometimes. There's just much more professional quality to everything now.
You mean our only ticket to the other side? Yeah, got it.
Luna seems much more chill now too. Rather than just being hyper-aggressive, screaming nasty, now she seems like, well, a real teenager who has just some regular levels of disinterest and smarm.
What is it?
I've been meaning to follow up on our last little conversation regarding my grimoire.
Oh, and I guess Stolas's whole voice is just completely different now too. Okay, sure.
Once a month, you return the book to me, followed by a night of passionate fornication.
I'm not sure how I feel about this plot point, especially knowing how they're eventually going to be a couple. The fandom keeps insisting is very cute and charming and whatever. This sort of power dynamic and sexual exchange is very much not a healthy place for a relationship to have its foundation as.
We return your filthy creatures back to the pits of hell!
Yeah, so I was wondering, can they die? Like, they're hell beasts, right? Wouldn't they just respawn in hell? Because this and Has-Been establishes that when people die, they go to heaven or hell, right? So if you're already dead, what happens to you when you die again? You just stop?
Would that make me double dead? Where exactly do I go? To double hell?
I was thinking death as a consequence isn't really that compelling for a story that already takes place in a world post-death. Like, I think it would be something more creative than you die, but again, and now you're gone, I guess. More of a problem for Has-Been, but still, something I was thinking about. Episode 2 was much more straightforward. It sets up the characters, and we saw their personalities a bit more on display. Millie is still a little bit one-note, though. I have no predictions about where the show goes from here. I assume they get other wacky characters with wacky reasonings behind they want someone dead. The squad shows up, shenanigans. One of them gets to have a special moment of growth. I'm assuming Millie will be next. And then they find more and more fun and unique ways of killing their targets. The biggest wrench throwing me is the whole thing with Stolas and his grimoire. I don't know what he needs it for. Like, what's his job, actually? And how will that deal play into the longer narrative of the imps doing their job? I guess I'll just have to check out episode 2 tomorrow to find out.
What'll it be, fellas? Mustard or ketchup?
So, I'm doing daily reviews of all of the Hell of a Boss episodes. If you want to see the next episode a day early, consider becoming a patron. I hope you have fun with this series, and a huge shout out to my $10 patrons. You're all amazing. Andrew, Valhalla Knight, Chamomile, Classy Critic, Genital War Thunder, Jake, Amber, Hype Man, Scaring Crows, Not All That Evil, Holly, Messiah, Jacob, Ben's Sketchbook, Rain, Omega Fighter, Trash, Wild Pilot, Josh, Twisty, Juan, Bunkin Duncan, Hoodie Angel, Ranger, Hut Mutt Butt, Cloudy Days, The Enigma, Primaroon, Overhypen, Curse Knight, Plague, Unspoken, Tyrene, Thanos, Pandemonium, Peter, Aguirre, and BR Beginner.